Hi, my lovely Libras. Welcome or welcome back. We are doing your tarot and oracle reading. This reading is going to be good for all Libra placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Be sure to check your other placements and only take what resonates. These readings are timeless, so whenever you come across a reading is when the reading is good for you. This sage is going in my face. I'm going to use some of my oil here. Personal readings for astrology and tarot can be found down in the description box and the pinned comment if you're interested in a one-on-one personal reading. Most of them are pre-recorded for tarot, but there is a Zoom available for astrology, and those will be under maintenance here in the near future. But we're going to start off with general energies, and then we will dive into love for you, Libra. So why is this sage just going crazy today? All right. Let's see what's going on for my lovely Libras. General energies for Libras. This is the astrology oracle. Libra, we have Aries, Act, card number 1. So Aries energy could be significant. You guys could be feeling more motivated, more energetic, more passionate, more sexual. You guys could be connected to an Aries, or you could have an Aries placement. Of course, Aries is the polar opposite sign to Libra. So something about an oppositional energy could be significant at this time for you. We have conjunction alliance, card number 51. Some of you are 51 years old. Some of you guys have like a planet conjunct to your Mars in your birth chart. Some of you guys could also have your Mars in Aries, which is in its home sign. Some of you guys have your midheaven in Aries, which would make your IC in Libra. And that would be Cancer rising for some of you. One more here for general energies, and we'll clarify. We have the 11th house community, card number 49. I'm getting life path 9 here. The 11th house does correspond to kind of like Aquarian energy, but it has a lot to do with our friendships, our networks, our connections, groups of people, the internet, social media, things of that nature. It's a very social oriented house in your birth chart. Bottom of the deck, we do have 3rd house communication. We have Aquarius collaborate, and we have the 8th house mystery. Interesting. So something about Aquarian energy could be significant here, as well as like intellectual abilities or communication abilities, networking, social events, something along those lines. You guys could be meeting or conjoining with multiple people at this time. You could feel more social and more energized in regards to like connecting with other people at this time. Let's see. There could be some sort of job opportunity as well. Why is this Aries energy here for Libra for their general energies? 4 of Wands. Some of you guys are receiving a promotion, possibly in work, or maybe like a pay raise or some sort of significant like upgrade in your life. This could even correspond to love. Of course, we are going to do love separate, but sometimes it will kind of bleed through to the general portion of the reading as well. Sometimes a 4 of Wands can be like a marriage energy, but usually it's like a milestone. If we're talking in terms of love, it's going to be taking the next step in your relationship. So if you're single, it's like starting to date somebody, getting to know somebody, maybe getting into a commitment next, maybe moving in together, maybe getting engaged, maybe getting married, having children, and so on and so forth. But one more here for Aries and the 4 of Wands. 3 of Wands. I'm going to pull one more for that. One more, please. And the 9 of Swords. Something that you're having anxiety about, or that you can't quite let go of something about. I'm almost getting this nervous tension energy from this, because we have the 9 of Swords, and then we have the 3 of Wands with the 4 of Wands, and then we have Aries, which is a very energetic, passionate, enthusiastic, it's a very go-getter type energy with the Aries energy there. And it could be something that it's almost like you're sick of waiting for something, so you're trying to initiate something because it's causing you anxiety to wait for it. So this could be like going out of your way to ask for a raise from your boss, or going out of your way to find a new place of employment, going out of your way to ask this person out or see if this person wants to be in a relationship instead of them, you waiting for them, or vice versa. One more. I just want to see. I don't normally clarify that much. 2 of Swords in the reversed and the Death card in the reversed. It looks like there was some sort of stalemate or a lack of a decision being made on something. that could include an ending. So for some of you, if this is a job, if that was resonating as a job, it's almost like if you want a new opportunity and work to come in, you're going to have to make a decision on if you're willing to leave the place that you're currently at. Maybe possibly a position. If this is not work related, for a lot of you, I do feel like it is. Some of you guys are having anxiety over a relationship or somebody that you're maybe dating and you're hoping to take things to the next level with this person. This person could be getting out of a breakup, or they could be trying to get over a breakup that hasn't officially ended, or like they haven't energetically closed out. So that could be that stalemate energy or lack of decision making energy. Why is this conjunction alliance card here? We have the Ace of Cups. There could be new romance coming in for some of you guys. We'll see what comes out in the love portion. If it's not romance, this could be like a friendship or, you know, somebody that you connect with in an alliance of some sort. Something about the 5th of January, I'm hearing. It's not going to be for all of you. Capricorn energy could be significant. So we also have the High Priestess here. The High Priestess is a card of needing to listen to your intuition. I feel like your intuition and your crown chakra and your third eye chakra are very strong right now. The High Priestess is also an energy that's like okay with not really knowing all the answers to things that are like black and white or in a logical sense. This is more so intuitively knowing something. Sometimes the High Priestess can indicate like somebody keeping a secret. I don't have any of that energy on the board here. Give me one more for that. You could also meet this person, Chariot card and the 9 of Pentacles. You could also meet this person through like a group of friends, through a networking event, through a party. I'm getting a birthday party for some of you, a baby shower, some sort of like community event, maybe like a, I don't know why I just heard reunion, but I was thinking of like a black party. So the Chariot card is Cancerian energy, and then we also have the High Priestess, which is Pisces energy, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles here. Yeah, I almost feel like this comes unexpectedly to you because you've been really working on your stability, your self-sufficiency, and being stable and content on your own if you guys are single. So we'll see what comes out in the love portion for that. Why is this 11th house card here, community for Libra? We have the 7 of Wands. And then the 10 of Cups. Some of you guys are a little bit reluctant to let either new people into your life. You're defensive or your walls are up as far as maybe friendships or networking. This could even be in a business sense if you guys are networking for the sake of your business. You could be, you know, on one side of it, it could almost be like you're trying to protect your family or protect your emotional well-being. Queen of Wands here, fire sign energy, 9 of Cups. So there could be a fire sign that is trying to connect with you or befriend you or maybe work with you or, you know, collaborate with you in some capacity. And I feel like your energy is a bit guarded to this person. So you're like kind of questioning if you're better off on your own or if you're better off doing this, you know, whatever this is on your own. You're kind of a little bit defensive. I don't have any bad vibes on the board at all, except for over here when we were talking about the Death card and the 2 of Swords in the reverse, which it's not even bad energy. It's just something that needs to be handled. But we're going to go ahead and move on to love for you, Libra. If you're watching on TikTok, you can hop over to my YouTube for the rest of the reading. Personal readings, guys, for astrology and tarot can be found down in the description box and the pinned comment. Okay. So let's see what's going on in love for you, Libra. I'm hearing clear cognizance. So we have the King of Swords. That could be you. We'll see here. Don't think of kings and queens as like male and female. It doesn't really work like that. I mean, sometimes I will read it that way. The kings are certainly more masculine, but plenty of, you know, females that I know carry masculine energy at the forefront of their energy, especially nowadays. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing, but Okay, Libra in love. We have the Nine of Swords again. I'm sorry, Eight of Swords. I think you're trying to think too logically about love, whatever's going on in your love life. You're thinking too linear. Knight of Swords. As I say that, it's all swords. You're coming off rather aggressive too, Libra. So my hand or my finger split the deck. I always check to see where my finger split the deck at the Lover's card. So that is soul contract energy. I'm going to refrain from saying twin flame anymore. I'm just going to say soul contract because I think people get caught up on the term twin flame and soulmate too much. But it's Gemini energy. I do feel like there's a little bit of a conflict going on and there's some sort of decision that needs to be made. I do feel like this is a significant soul contract. I have both of my soulmate cards here, the Two of Cups and the Lover's card. We have the Two of Wands and the Five of Wands. So I almost feel like there could be some sort of, you know, childish, playful, immature, aggressive energy. And I feel like your part of it is coming off a bit aggressive. I also feel like you're trying to look at this situation. I don't know if you have any love for this person because I don't have any cups on the board. We'll see here in a second. But I also feel like you need to look at something from a different perspective. Hangman, Pisces energy, Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. If you guys are like newly in a relationship, you could be upset because this person wants to take longer than you do. Like you want to go, and you're ready to like commit and get married tomorrow. This person could be trying to heal from something from the past, or they're just a slower mover than you in relationships. So I think you're too much in your head. The Eight of Swords is self-imposed limitations of the mind. And you're coming off extremely masculine here. So Five of Wands wanted to come out in the other deck. So Five of Wands energy is very significant. I feel like, you know, there's discrepancies that have shown up so far in whatever this love situation is so far. And I don't see them as being like deal breakers or extremely toxic or extremely bad, or, you know, this is a long relationship of toxicity and codependency or something like that. No, I just feel like there's kind of little things that need to be tweaked on how you guys, it's almost like this is a new relationship and you're learning about each other and you're learning how each other move in a sense. And you guys are getting upset with each other just because you haven't completely got to know each other yet. So why is this King of Swords here? Feels like your energy. Page of Cups in the reversed. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so this person could be a little bit immature. And I almost feel like you're almost too mature for your own good. This person could also lack, I don't want to say they lack emotion, but they lack the effectiveness of communicating their emotion. Or maybe you do, because I don't have any cups on the board in your energy. This Page of Cups is coming through as their energy, but it's in the reversed. So there could be a lack of emotional expression on their behalf that's making you upset and making you a bit aggressive or stuck in your head. And you feel like this person isn't putting any work into getting to know you or spending time with you or making the relationship work if it's already an established relationship. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is kind of a new phase of a relationship. It doesn't have to be brand new, but I feel like it's newer. Why is this Eight of Swords here for Libra? The Hermit in the reversed. I don't know if this is your energy or their energy with the Hermit in the reverse, but that's Virgo energy. But the Hermit in the reverse is really coming out of that hermit phase, like spending too much time alone. So that could be their energy. Maybe they're used to being on their own. They're used to, you know, not spending time with other people very much. And you're overthinking that and taking it personally is kind of what it feels like. One more, please, for this Eight of Swords Hermit card in the reversed. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I just feel a discrepancy in energies. Like one person wants to take it very fast. One person wants to take it slower. Somebody does need to get out of their shell a little bit. So I'm thinking that is their energy with the Hermit. I do feel like there's chemistry between the two of you. Why is this Knight of Swords here? King of Swords again. Yeah, you're coming off too masculine, too aggressive, too logical, analytical. You need to work on how you're expressing your emotion, or how you can come off a little bit more feminine or softer. One more, please. Two of Wands again. So it kind of fell sideways, so I'm just taking a mental note of that. I feel like you need to look at the bigger picture and ultimately make a decision from that place. Like, look at the entirety of the situation from an outside, higher perspective, a divine perspective, and then make your decision moving forward. As I'm saying that, I see the Chariot card at the bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords, and the Four of Wands. You're wanting something to come of this. You're wanting to move to the next level with this person. I can't say it again and again and again. I'm going to annoy you guys. But you also keep going back and forth on maybe if you should just leave this alone, you know. Sometimes maybe you get in your head and think this person has somebody else. I don't think that is the case. I think you're gaslighting yourself a little bit here. You know what? What is this person's true feelings and intentions for Libra? Three of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Oh, okay, I don't like this. One more, please. Two of Pentacles. I can see where you're feeling the way that you're feeling, Libra. Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Okay, they could see themselves committing to you, but I almost feel like they're trying to heal something from the past. I was almost, at first when I pulled these cards, it made me feel like their energy was very hot and cold with you. And I don't like the fact that the Five of Swords is here. But remember, I asked what their feelings and intentions are towards you. So they could almost feel like you are... They could also feel the same way that you're feeling about them. Not so much as in the hot and cold aspect, but they could feel like you either have another person, or you're overcompensating for something, or you're being deceptive in some way, or sneaky, or like too strategic. You're coming off too hard or something. So maybe that's why their energy is a bit hot and cold. I don't think you're reading that wrong, but I think you both need to change how you're approaching the relationship, because you're kind of misconstruing each other's energy and it's getting all intertwined and mixed around. So let's get some advice. Advice for Libra in this situation. So we have the Hangman. You know what? I feel like this is good. Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. You have the emotion there, but you're not expressing it. It's almost like you're coming off as very, I don't want to say needy, but like wounded. So you need to make some sort of decision on how you're going to approach this moving forward. How are you going to change your approach? Because you definitely need to change something, especially your outlook and your perspective. Looking at something from a completely different perspective, because it's obviously trying to teach you something and you're emotionally dissatisfied with where you're at. And it's almost like you're deceiving yourself. So you need to remove the blindfold and realize that you're not actually stuck, and maybe you're not as emotionally dissatisfied as you're making yourself like believe that you are, because you're very much in your head. I mean, this person could be somebody from the past as well. I don't think for a lot of you that's the case, but if not, there could be past energies that are influencing the current situation. So like how you're approaching this, how you're responding, how you're reacting. You, Libra, being more, you know, aggressive or masculine could be influenced from a past relationship situation in some way. But I hope this was helpful for you, Libra. That is all I have for you. Personal readings, again, are going to be down in the description box and the pinned comment. I was looking for my other deck to give you an oracle card, but my other one's not here, so we'll use this one. So we have Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, and recognize that you have the power. She's one of my favorite goddesses, so she can be found in many different faiths and religions, especially Saint Bridget, and, you know, Catholic Christianity. But that is all I have for you, my beautiful Libras, and I will see you next time. Bye.